Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody made a silly idea, and you know what? I liked it. They were like, why don't you do a review of your chinchillas? And I'm like, sure, that sounds like a good idea. So we're going to do a review of our chinchillas. So this here is Dusty. Dusty Bones is named after the doctor on Star Trek because, well, you know, his name was Bones. And I wanted to find a pretty good name for all my chinchillas. In fact, I've named a lot of my chinchillas after random Star Trek characters. I had William, who was named after William Shatner, Leonard, which was named after Leonard Nimoy, and, or Nimoy was named after Leonard Nimoy. And this one is Mr. Dusty Bones, who is named after the doctor. Now, Dusty is a chonky boy. He's got some nips and some holes in his ears because Mr. Nimoy and Dusty did not always get along. As you can see, he has some little chinks sticking out of his ears. In fact, I'm pretty sure he has a hole in one of his ears. I think it's this one. Yeah, there's a hole in that ear right there. This one right here. I can't remember where exactly the hole is, but apparently they just got into fights with each other all the time. Mr. Dusty is a goodest boy. He is. He's a little chunky though. Look at this big old chunky belly right here. Oh, that's a chunky bellies. Oh, that's a chunky boy. Mr. Dusty's been a pretty good boy. He's never bit me. Although occasionally he does pee on me, which is really rude. And I think he does it on purpose, if I'm being perfectly honest. That's right. He likes to sit with me, and he records videos with me. All the chinchillas seem to have their own personality. Dusty's is, well, a little mischievous. He likes to try and sneak and chew up my wires, and he's a very he likes snacks. He will steal the snacks out of my hand if he can possibly get them, and they all like raisins, of course. And he is just one of three chinchillas that I have at this particular moment. Um, he likes to climb. He's definitely a climber. I can put him like this, and you can see like he will climb down my arm all the way, like doo, 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 doo. He's pretty good at it too. They're actually really good at moving around and climbing and doing all sorts of various things. He is, I think, like 3 years old now, I think, or something like that. I'd have to like look up and see exactly how old he is, but I don't think he's very old at all. Probably about 3. He started to gain some weight a lot after Mr. Nimoy passed away, and I'm assuming that has to do with the fact that Mr. Nimoy and him used to fight over the food bowl all the time. And as soon as he got free access to the food bowl, he started to plump up like a big turkey. That's right, a turkey. He likes to sneak over here because he's trying to chew on my wire. That's what he's trying to do. Every time he comes over here, he's trying to chew on my wire. And he's just waiting for an opportunity. He waits till I'm not looking. And then when he thinks I'm not looking, he reaches in and he tries to grab the wire and give it a chomp. I don't know what she said. I did do. He said, don't. He said, I'll do it. He said, I'll do it. All right, let's go get the next chinchilla. The next chinchilla is Mr. Doohan. We're going to go get Mr. Doohan. All right. So this is Mr. Doohan. He's named after Scotty from Star Trek. He is, the real name of Scotty is Mr. Doohan. And he is one that I rescued from a SPCA. I adopted him. And he was with Miss Gojo at the time because Mr. Dusty needed a friend. He's kind of a jerk, though. He bit me one time before, which I really didn't appreciate. And he's a little bit more timid than the others. I think he's kind of a little touched in the head, to be perfectly honest. He has this, like, really weird behavior about him. He's very calm and, like, very, like, not responsive to stimulus, like to the point of absurdity where he just kind of like stands there and just like stares off into the distance like, and like nothing. He's just nothing. He just stares off into the distance. I don't know what he's thinking about, to be perfectly honest. I really don't know. He's definitely not like Dusty at all. Not even a little bit. He's got his own quirky personality. He's not as good as climbing as Dusty is either. Like for instance, if I put him over here, you'll notice he doesn't seem to like have the greatest time like climbing back. In fact, he seems a little unsure of himself and his ability to climb, which is odd for a chinchilla. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Maybe he doesn't have good balance or something. I don't know. Him and Dusty currently live together in the same cage, and they seem to get along just fine. Dusty seems a little bit more dominant than the others, but so be it. Sometimes that's just what happens. There is also a female downstairs, so the female may also be putting out some pheromones, which might be causing them to fight a little bit more often than they should. But overall, it seems like they're not killing each other, which is usually a plus, and like they seem to be all right. As you can see, he's a very like chillaxy kind of a little boy. Like he doesn't really move around or jump as much as the other ones. He's getting pretty chunky too, to be perfectly honest. He's got a bit of chunky poochie belly there as well. He said, "Stop messing with me." He said, "I don't." He said, "Look, just 'cause I's different doesn't mean that I'm special. Okay, I just don't move around as much as other chinchillas, and I've got teethums, and I was gonna use them, and if you's mean to me, I was gonna bite you." He's only bit me once. I think he was kind of grumpy that particular day too. He was grumpy. Overall, an interesting little fellow. I'm glad I have a companion for Dusty, so that Dusty's not so lonely, because a lot of the times he's up here by himself. And it's definitely nice to have a companion a chinchilla in the mix. The next chinchilla on the list, the only other chinchilla, is the female chinchilla, and her name is Miss Gojo. Now this is Mrs. Gojo. You can tell that she's a girl because she has much darker fur in general than the others, even though she's the same color, technically, like standard gray is her color. She's so like pitch black almost, isn't she? Very, very dark colorings. And even her face, very dark colorings on her face. Although she has a white tummy, just like the others. And technically, underneath of that darkness is the same colored fur as the other ones have. It's in there. She's a very pretty little girl. She's a little. She's a little. What's the term I'm looking for? Skittish. She's a little skittish. She does tend to get spooked very easily, which is unfortunate. Because if a loud noise happens, or if something like falls or whatever, like she can like jump and like run, and unfortunately sometimes that can end up causing her problems. However, she tends to calm down pretty well when she's with you, and I don't know exactly why that is. A lot of the chinchillas like to sleep inside my shirt as well, and I've noticed that she tends to want to go inside my shirt also on occasion. I think just being in a confined space helps calm them down in general. A lot of the times they will deliberately go into my shirt on their own, but she seems to be okay today. Isn't that right, Miss Gojo? Yeah. Females are unique in the chinchilla world. They have the ability to stand and directile pee at the males if they do not want the males nearby. On top of this, they tend to be very aggressive toward the males in general, and I noticed that like housing the females and the males together just isn't really the best. Like in general, because the females will chase the males around and bite them and stuff, and like just be mean to them in general. Two females can be housed together fairly well, and two males, but it usually takes a special set for the male and the female to live together. And even then, there are times when, well, they still get to fighting each other. And usually it's the female chasing the male around because she doesn't want him nearby. And they get pretty aggressive. Like just now, I put her up to the cage and let her like nose sniff with Dusty and Mr. Doohan, and she took a nip at both of them, which is pretty much par for the course when it comes to females and males. Um, She is very cute, though. She's smaller than the other chinchillas. She's not quite as fat or heavy as the other chinchillas. I guess that's just simply because she's a female, and she's definitely more agile than Mr. Doohan. That's for sure. She tends to be, rather talkative in general. Like, um, when she needs water or when she needs food. Her water bottle is smaller than the male's, and when her water bottle is empty, she lets me know, which is actually quite interesting. She seems smart enough to make me aware when I'm a bad owner and not filling up her water bottle. She's also very responsive to snacks. She loves snacks of any kind whatsoever. I have to be very careful not to overfeed her snacks. But as soon as the bag of crinkles, or as soon as the like the packaging is being rattled, like she will literally be at the bars begging for a treat almost instantaneously, which is quite cute. Yes, I'm pretty sure I could give her a treat right now, but I don't think I have anything handy at the moment, like anything that I would really want to give her. I could probably give her a small piece of this. Nothing amazing, but just a tiny little piece. Won't hurt. Here you go. Hey, you want this? Mm? Mm? Hey, you want a little piece? Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty good. He said, yeah, that's good. She's a cute one. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah. She likes to hide a lot as well. I'm not sure if it's just a natural instinct for her or if she's just just naturally skittish. But a lot of the times when I will sit for long periods of times with her, she will hide behind my neck, basically keep out of sight, or in my shirt. Right now, she seems to be okay, and maybe it's because Cody's not here, the monster dog. Although she does seem to have a very odd relationship with Cody, the monster dog. I don't know exactly why. Um, there's a couple, like, there's even a video of them, like, interacting with each other where literally um, he goes up to the cage and like sniffs her and she does like a little barrel roll and like I don't know. And there's been a couple times when I've been changing out her water bottle that they literally have interacted with each other in a not unpleasant way, which is pretty cute. Yeah, cute. Like you. You the cutie. You're a little cutie booty. Little cutie booty Mrs. Gojo. Not Mrs. Miss. She's Miss Gojo. She's not married. She didn't have a ball and chain yet. There you go. That's that skittish behavior. She got a little freaked out there for a second and she decided that she needed to be somewhere safe. And, it's a good thing that she thinks that I'm somewhere safe, which is kind of what you want when chinchillas. You want them to like associate you with somewhere safe so that when they're, scared or whatever, they can come hang out with you and feel a little bit better. Isn't that right? You want to chew on the microphone? Yeah. That's good. That tastes good. I don't think that tasted good. I don't think the microphones taste good. Anyway, those are my three chinchillas. What do I think about them? Well, Mr. Dusty is amazing, even though he pees on me every now and then. He usually lets me know in advance, and I'm just too busy to, like, pay attention to what's going on. Ms. Gojo, on the other hand, is very fun to hang out with. She's a sweet lady. Isn't that right? Sweet lady. And Mr. Doohan's kind of a jerk because he bit me finger. And, I've had probably, I don't even know how many chinchillas. Let's see. Dora, Fatty Lumpkins Sr., Fatty Lumpkins Jr., Jester, Cody, Zombie, um, Sherwood, William, Nimoy, Dusty, Mr. Doohan, and Gojo. So that's 10, so 12. I've had 12 chinchillas, and in the time that I've had 12 chinchillas over the course of maybe like several decades, um, I've never had one bite me before. So it was kind of a surprise when Mr. Doohan bit me. Although, technically, maybe I pulled him out of the cage when he was grumpy or something. I don't know. He hasn't bitten me since, and maybe he was just having a bad day that day. I really don't know. But I still think he's kind of a jerk. He's kind of a jerk. He bit my finger. Blood everywhere and everything. And that's never happened before. Most of the chinchillas, you can literally stick your finger in their mouth and they don't even care. Like you could just stick your finger right in there and just, you're like whatever. I think maybe I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Doohan might have been abused at a previous house that he was at because he seems like I don't know. The way he spaces out and like the way he seems to be almost like inanimate at times. Like to give you an idea, Miss Gojo and Mr. Dusty, when I jingle the treat container, they will come running to the bars and they will beg, and they beg with a severe profuseness. Mr. Doohan sometimes, even upon hearing the jingling of the treat container, like seems to be like completely unaware that anything is like happening. Like I don't know what's going on. It's like he's catatonic or something. And then like it'll be like a minute or sometimes a minute and a half later, like he all of a sudden will just I don't know, like react as if it had only just happened. And like he comes to the bars and begs for a treat or something, but like it's very strange. Like his reactions are very delayed and very like offset, almost as if maybe he had some sort of brain damage or something. I mean, maybe he wasn't abused. Maybe he's just, I hate to say it, maybe he's just autistic. He could just be an autistic chinchilla for all I know. I mean, animals could probably be autistic too, right? People who are autistic, animals can be autistic. Maybe he's just not the smartest cookie in the batch, but he's cute, he's fluffy, and he keeps Mr. Dusty company, which is good. As for Miss Gojo, she doesn't have a friend. It's unfortunate. But I do try to take her out on occasion. And on top of that, Cody likes to. Kubus the monster dog likes to play with her. I don't know exactly what it is that they do together or how exactly they play with each other, but Cody goes to the cage and she runs to the bars, and I think she runs up and boops him on the nose, and then like runs away, and then Cody gets upset because he can't chase her, and then like tries to get over there, and then she runs over and boops him on the nose again. One time, Miss Gojo bit him on the nose, and he came over to me to like tell on her, like he's like she bit me, and I was like, how? I was like, you had to put your nose in there. Like you would have had to have like put your nose in there, left it in there, for her to bite it. Like that, I don't really blame her for that. Like you and I was, I was like, you had to have like put your nose in there and left it in there for quite some time for her to bite your nose. And I guess maybe Miss Gojo didn't like his big fat nose in her cage, which it's understandable, isn't that right, Miss Gojo? Yeah, she said, yeah. Don't put your big nose in my cage. She says, "You big fat nose, get your big fat schnoz out of my cage. Get it out of there. Get it out of my cage. Get it. Put it up. What's that? Get it. Sniff it." She said, "What are you doing?" I'll see your little toesies. See your little toesums. Got some little toesies. Little alien feet is what they are. Little alien feet. You got alien feet. All right, guys and gals, there is the review of the three chinchillas that I currently have. It is a silly video, and hopefully you enjoy it. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching. Be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you enjoy this video. And as always, keep watching.